People often ask me why I balance things, and they ask me how I balance them. I don't know why I balance things. When I started, it was a time in my life when there seemed to be a lot of things wrong with my life. And I think that I looked at balancing things as a type of abstract meditation on the thing that I wanted to have in my life as a whole. I was seeking balance, and this was a way I tried to find it. Eventually all of these pieces fall down. This big log fell down only after the sun came over the ridge and hit it. There was still no wind, but after the sun warmed it up for 10 minutes, it fell, and I don't know what caused that. It's almost the same way that things in life sometimes can just collapse around you without you really knowing why they happened. Maybe there was some small change that you couldn't see, and then everything that you knew about life just collapses. I think this log was about 15 feet long, which is a pretty big object to try and stand up on end, especially on slippery rocks at the edge of the ocean. Fortunately, it wasn't that terribly heavy. I've tried to balance some logs that were so heavy that I could barely lift one end up. This was the third time I tried to balance this particular log. I tried 2 other times on another spot, maybe 6 feet over. Each of those other times I probably spent at least 5 minutes trying to balance them. Maybe 10 minutes, I don't know, I wasn't counting. But I actually didn't get the log to stand up on either one of those tries. So this third try, by the time I started, I just didn't think I was going to get it up at all. It just didn't even seem possible, but for some reason I just needed to try again. For me, when I balance, it's almost a meditation of sorts. It forces me to concentrate, or I can't balance the things that I want to balance. When I'm balancing, I have to focus my mind on a stillness. So it's very much like a meditation. I learned to meditate at a Zen temple in Japan years and years ago. And I've found that the space that would put me in is very similar to what this puts me in. This is a more active meditation. It's a physical meditation, because I'm focusing on a physical stillness. But it's also a mental stillness that has to be there in order to make this work. You know, it's a ridiculous thing, trying to make a stick or a rock stand on its own, or maybe a couple of them. But I think in the end, there's something about doing something that seemed impossible at first. I mean, you just look at it, and it just doesn't even seem to be within the realm of possibility. When you actually get one to stand on its own, it's like you've achieved the impossible. You've done something that just seemed impossible to begin with. And then accomplishing it and creating something beautiful out of it. There's something really amazing about that. It's amazing.